is Shazam versus Black Adam. So it actually did really. You actually talked about this. I forgot where. Actually, the Marvel episode we did. It did poor box office opening weekend. Got 30 million opening weekend with
terrible,
with a 110 to 125 million budget. It's currently at 73.6 million. So I mean it's getting there, but
we'll eventually get there.
Yeah.
Well, they said it's coming to digital April 18th.
Yeah, and I wanted to discuss that too.
That's gonna be tough. They're probably just gonna barely hit their number.
Yeah, they're gonna break even.
And just to put things in retrospect, I wrote this down because I saw that number. Let me.
Cute journal.
Got my little notebook. My big one's just harder to.
Got your thoughts and feelings.
That was a worse opening weekend than Morbius.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
that is a travesty. I do think Morbius wasn't as bad as people said it was. I thought it was okay. They messed up by like making it seem like Spider-Man was going to be in it, and there was no Spider-Man. Yeah. Like nothing Spider-Man related at all. So that kind of like hurt them. Yeah. I mean, it was a trash movie, but it was better than it wasn't like the worst movie I've ever seen.
I do want to I do want to save the opening box. I have a point that I want to tie in why it did so bad. Actually, and I think no, fuck it, we'll just include it into it now. It doesn't really matter. The big reason why I think it did bad is because, and I don't want to harp on this too much right now, is that James Gunn did his announcement, I think, prematurely. I think he should have waited till after the movie because I think that's a huge reason why the movie did so bad. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't. Yeah. And in retrospective, everyone's concerned about world building, and he's like, "Oh, all the movies we still have, go see them," but they don't really connect right now. Like he stated that. But yeah, actually, So I think that's a huge part.
I didn't even think about that. Honest, I never didn't think about that way. But now you said that, that probably wasn't the best movie, probably would. But he like had no choice because everybody had so many questions because he hamstringed himself by coming out and saying like Henry's fired. Yeah. Like then everyone's like, well, if Henry's fired, you better tell us what the hell you're doing. Yeah. Like if he's fired, you better have some awesome plan. And he had to come out and say, this is my plan because people didn't want to hear it anymore. So yeah, you're right. That probably did hurt them a lot. And it was just like.
And Zachary Levi's been pushing hard. I watched his full live stream. It was only like 13 minutes. I watched it before we did this.
He seemed. I wrote down unhinged. But distraught maybe is a better word because it is unhinged, but like in a controlled way. Yeah. Like he was very emotional. You could tell he really cared about this movie. We already did our review. Hopefully you already saw it. I don't think it was the worst thing ever. I thought he did a good job.
You talk about the classic superhero.
Yes, when I said he's very charismatic, I always thought they should have got him in more stuff because I just thought some of the other stuff in the movie that it wasn't Shazam related was a little wasteful. But he's really passionate about this role, and it really sucks for him that it's not doing well because I thought initially it was one of the ones that everybody loved, and I think outside things that didn't have anything to do with him or the script or his movie like ruined it. Like Black Adam, James Gunn, DC changing over.
And he called it out. I respect Zachary Levi a lot for that. He called out. He's like, hey guys, and I've never blamed him at all for this. It's been everything outside of his control that ruined the movie. Is that, and then also you just said it's coming out April 18th for streaming. I think this hurts a lot of DC's movies unless it's gonna be. Until we start getting Flash is probably going to be an exception. I'll be very surprised if that flops the way they have it hyped up right now. But regardless, once we start post Flash, I think everything's going to be successful in the box office because it's going to start our world building. But HBO Max has had this deal since. I'm trying to think, what was it? The Batman that kind of started it off, or what was the one prior?
That was on HBO Max?
Well, regardless, what I'm going to say
Snyderverse is on there, right, first?
Yeah, no, what I was going to say is they've been releasing whatever DC movie onto HBO Max a month after. Like, that's a guarantee.
Yeah, Batman was quick. Yeah. It was really, I was like, and Batman did good.
Oh, yeah. But they have that deal now. So I think that people have learned that, and now everyone's like, all right, well, if I don't want to spend $40 at the movie theater, I'll just wait a month.
Yeah, and I guess
that's a big contributor.
Shazam's the type of character too, where like you're not gonna miss anything. You're not gonna nobody's gonna spoil the movie for you.
That's also like.
So
Batman
I guess you're right. That is another thing I didn't think about either. Where like people are like, oh, I'll just catch it. Everybody's got HBO Max, so like, fine, I'll just catch it for free on there, and it's not like something I got that somebody's gonna ruin for me.
It's not like an Endgame where an integral part of the plot.
Or like you said, Flash, where like it's gonna get spoiled. Like you don't want anybody to spoil the ending for you.
Yeah.
For certain people. Again, there's a lot of things working against them, and again, I feel bad for Zachary Levi because I don't think the movie is particularly bad.
No.
I do think it's worth the watch, but
he has everything going against him for it. I'll actually speak about everything. I actually speak about one person in particular is The Rock himself, Dwayne Johnson. He refused to make a cameo in Shazam 2 and did not allow any of the JSA members to cameo in Shazam 2 as well. So mainly the post-credit scene. So it was supposed to be, where was it? I watched the live stream and he said it was supposed to be Hawkman and Cyclone that were recruiting him into the JSA. But since The Rock was like, no, piss off, it had to be Harcourt and Diebeard. So that was a big thing. And then, where is it? Yeah, he addressed that in the drama on IG Live. Supposed to be Hawkman. And then The Rock was asked about the DC drama at a Variety event, and he completely avoids it. He made this like weird like analogy, like, well, you know, when you're on a football team and then they have a quarterback and then you get a different quarterback, and it's kind of like that. I'm like, what the hell are you saying?
Well, I read some stuff too where Zachary Levi was supposed to be in his end credit scenes and not Superman.
Yeah, but no, Zachary or DC was pushing for that. I was looking at DC was pushing for that, but Rock said no, and he wanted Superman
because he wanted the universe to be centered around
The Rock.
The Rock, and Superman. I'm like, dude, have you read the comic at all? Like, Zachary Levi come out and said, like, dude, you're Black Adam and I'm Shazam. Like,
what are we doing? They actually even set that up in the post credit scene or the ending scene of the first Shazam. He was like, what's this extra seat for? Hinting at Black Adam.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. It's like, and the hubris of Rock to be like, well, I'm just going to change comic book history and be like, well, Shazam doesn't matter. Black Adam's more powerful than him. It's like, dude, it's like Black Adam does have scenes where he fights Superman and things like that because he's like an anti-hero. But it's like Shazam's always involved. Like it's just like the Black Adam Shazam go hand in hand, and it's more like a Spider-Man Venom thing where like Shazam can be in the universe without Black Adam, but Black Adam can't be in the universe without Shazam. And,
that's a great
and
analogy.
I was reading that, it was like what the hell is The Rock thinking? Like
he just
he said that, and they basically said that, well, what happened was somebody leaked a report that said The Rock refused to share the screen with Shazam.
Yes.
And Zachary Levi like retweeted it or put it in a story.
It was a repost of a story.
And commented
the truth
the truth. So it's like, so basically Black Adam was trying to hamstring Shazam when it's like, dude, if you read the comics, like that makes me not like him because at first I thought he was just he was trying to like promote the movie and like.
Remember I told you that early on, but not a lot of stuff was out yet.
Yeah, again, it just sounded like that. Whatever. But now to really hear it, everybody's coming out and like Zachary to say, you know what I mean? He probably wasn't. He's like a team player, so he didn't want to say anything.
Yeah. Until
it came out, he didn't want to sound like he was hating. But that's kind of whack that The Rock was acting like that. And then like I read that he wanted the DC new universe to be centered around Henry Cavill and himself. It's like, dude, you're a side character.
Yeah.
Like Black Adam is a side character, bro. I know he's powerful, but he's like Captain Marvel. Like we call you when we need you.
Right.
Like some plot armor shit. Like you're not a part of the story.
Main.
Like you're not a part of the plot, my guy. Like what the hell? And it's like I think that amongst a bunch of other things really hamstrung Shazam when it was a nice, like wholehearted, you know what I mean, traditional superhero story that was stayed kind of straight true to the comic that we all enjoyed.
And you could tell the difference is Zachary Levi, and looking at the cameos and everything after this, even like the IG Live, him being very vocal on social media, is Rock saying he loved the character, but then obviously we see all the stuff come out, and then let's compare it to how Zachary Levi said he's like he loves the character. He truly does loves the character. He put, like I told you, I didn't even know this. I saw this on social medias. He put the old Captain Marvel from the old 70s show, stuff like that, like as a cameo, and he called Shazam Captain Marvel and stuff like that. And obviously he's trying to caretake everything best he can to his abilities, and I truly do feel bad for Zachary Levi because he's doing everything in his power. And also, I want to say screw you, social media, because Zachary Levi is such a nice guy. They will
take a chance to,
but they've cut up that live, and they were trying to make it seem like he was hating on John Wick 4. And I watched the whole live. He was like, "Hey, this is a family movie. I know John Wick 4 comes out this weekend, but if you got a family, go see Shazam. It's a great
Who
movie
cares?
for the family.
What is he's promoting his movie?
Right. That's what he's
I don't
supposed
know.
to do.
I saw a really passionate guy. It seemed to be truly upset. And like I said, I went out and saw it the first week, and I thought it was a good movie.
It was decent. It wasn't crazy.
And it sucks to see somebody who put so much work in. Like, and I hope it doesn't end like that. Like, I hope that this movie doesn't end his run as a superhero. It's like you don't really get one of those roles again. And I've been a fan of Zachary Levi. Like I said, one of my favorite shows from the past was Chuck. That show came out in 2006, where Zachary Levi played the lead. And I've always liked him. And when I heard that he was in the final runnings to play Peter Quill and he lost to Chris Pratt, that sucked because I think he would have killed that role as well. But he found a role that he was good at, and there was a place for him where he could be more of a side character and come in, and you know what I mean. He's a part of the Justice League, and I think it was just I'm just in the universe.
Oh yeah.
Where like it would have been interesting, and I think The Rock kind of stamped on that, and then James Gunn,
stomped.
you know what I mean, lit it on fire and fucking
Yeah. Actually,